year has been one of the craziest of my life so far. It has been a journey, one well worth it, I hope. I have learned many things, not only from my creative pursuits, but also from my experiences with people, God, and myself. Last September, I began to both write on my blog and perform consistently. This is huge for me because I naturally long to be private and hold those things close to my heart. I don't like to be vulnerable, but I choose to do it anyway, because I believe the world would be a better place if people learned how to face fears and be genuine. I've experimented with many new creative outlets and learned a lot through the use of technology. My watercolor painting has been playful and different, and I don't limit myself just to paints anymore. As for my musical pursuits, they have been struggling quite a bit this year. I was down on the muck for a very long time. My teachers were so good and kind to keep pushing me through it. The most important things I have learned, though, are not the things I create with my hands. They're the things I create with my heart. Things such as love and acceptance, kindness and resilience, and putting people before things, and God before everything. I have studied mindfulness and listened closely to what nature is trying to teach me. I have learned much about my own intuition and self-care as an introvert. Because of this, I have found myself in many valleys and on many mountains, both literally and figuratively. I have also had to learn how to say goodbye. This year, I have felt many fires be kindled and rekindled inside myself. I I found a love for philosophy, a passion for nature and bettering the environment, for improving society and hopefully our country, and a desire to become a better person and share the gifts I've been given, no matter how scary. One of my projects on this whole school year was the building of a studio, a new space where my mind could be free. It started as an old building on our property. When I was little, we would play around up here, but it was always so dark and dirty that it wasn't a ton of fun. I dreamed for years about fixing it up and making it my own place. Finally, last October, I decided I'd do it. It started with serious cleaning, moving out of old, gross furniture, dusting cobwebs, scrubbing ceiling, walls, and floor, just scraping and washing windows. Next came the caulking, the many gaps in the walls and ceiling where doorways for all the flies and wasps. By the time I was doing the caulking, it was November and getting rather cold. My fingers, which had to be uncovered for the process of smoothing the caulk, would go numb. My nose would as well, occasionally. Working in the dark some nights was also quite an adventure. Then I began sanding down the floor to get it ready for the varnish. I sanded it around 3 times. Then, after cleaning up the dust, I began to varnish. This too got 3 layers. I bought paint, hoping that I could get to it before the days got too cold, but sadly, winter beat me to it. Finally, in March, days warmed up consistently enough for painting. I was ecstatic. I was so close, or so I thought. Little did I know that this would be the biggest adventure of the project. We put on the first coat of primer, went from white to cream almost immediately. We let it dry a few days, then, hoping the primer would keep the wood paneling from seeping through and discoloring again, we applied the first coat of paint. Then, a few days later, a second. At this point, I was about ready to tear my hair out. Eventually, I swallowed the expense and bought the nicest can of paint I could find. It went on much better, but was still far from perfect. I chose to let it be. It would work. I uncovered the floor and windows and painted the trim. And I moved in just a few weeks ago. It is so beautiful. Such a happy and peaceful place. In closing, I would say that this school year, I've learned that oftentimes things won't turn out the way I wish, hope, or think, but that they can still be beautiful in their own way. They are worth the struggle, the tears, and the imperfection. This life is a journey, and a journey worth traveling, if only for the experiences themselves. Everything we go through can be for our good, if we let it.